Welcome to Unit 2.1, Part 3, External Factors that Influence Human Resource Planning. This includes demographic change in labor mobility, immigration, flexi time, and gig economy. Demographic change refers to the study of the population and the trends. So, if the average population is the age is increasing or decreasing, the number of people in the population, the educational attainment levels, how many people do you have in the job market, and the retirement age, how many people are you serving? Because people who are retired are not working technically. So, demographic change, which is summarized nicely in this table here, you can see if you've got natural population growth, it could be easier to find more workers because you have more people of the working age. However, it can take time for increased birth rates to have an effect on the population for the job market. Net migration as another factor external, where you have people coming in as opposed to coming out being increased, so net people coming in, it can increase the job workforce because you have more people that can be in demand of a job, so you can pay them lower rates of pay. And finally, aging population, and a third example of demographic change where you have more people to serve. It increases, if you've got a lot more older people, then it does increase the burden on the working age bracket between the ages of 18 and 65 to serve them. If the aging population is more than those in the working population, it can increase the pressure on that sector of the working population. Next, we have changes in labor mobility. So, changes in labor mobility means, we go down to it, split into two: occupational mobility and geographical mobility. So, it basically means that the ability for labor to move around. So, occupational mobility refers to the ability and willingness of employees to do another job or pursue a different career. So, this is not them physically moving, but ideologically moving from one job to another. It can be improved if employees have necessary qualifications, experience, and skills to move from one job to another. How able are people to move from one job to another? It will depend upon their skills and willingness, and obviously pay. Geographical mobility, or mobility meaning the ability to move, is literally how easy is it for someone to work in one location, move to another location, to another city, or to another country. How easy or hard is that? This is factors, external factors to consider. The third factor is immigration. How many people are in the country in search of jobs? How easy is it for people to come in? For the employer, having migrant workers are a very good way to save money because normally migrant workers are willing to work for less money. But this has an opposite effect on the local population who will end up getting paid less for the same job if there wasn't migrant workers in the country. So we'll go to number four, flexi time. So flexi time is a form of flexible work practice that enables employees to work a set number of hours a week, often at the office or during peak periods. So flexi time means that they can work flexible times. So this is an external factor, especially in COVID time, which has stayed in most parts of the world, which, as I said, does help motivation for employees because they can choose their times of work. Yes, the minimum amount of work times are there, but it does need to suit both the company and the employee. Finally, we have the gig economy. The gig economy is where you have a certain specific job or a project in which workers are given a short term or one off contracts, as you can see here, rather than long term permanent jobs. So they do the job, you don't have to pay them, for example, a whole year, you just need them for 3 months. They might get paid more than if they were working for the whole year, but obviously at the same time, it saves money for the companies that are employing them. So it's one off or paid, if you can see here, paid per job instead of per hour, and normally it's short term contracts. That is summary of external factors that have an influence on the human planning process.